Okay, so here's the same frequency table we had from the Reveille. It's going to be hard for y'all to see it. You might want to move over a little bit. We had 48 students say they preferred a small screen cell phone. 52 students said they preferred a cell phone with a large screen. 18 adults said they preferred a phone with a small screen. 82 adults said they preferred a phone with a large screen. How many total students did they survey for this? 100. How many total adults did they survey for this? 100. How many results do we have altogether? 200, okay? And if we add up how many people preferred the small screen to the large screen, we also see that we have 200 answers, which makes sense. If we interview 200 people, we ask 200 people a question, then we ought to have 200 answers. That makes sense. Now, what we're supposed to do for this Reveille is convert all of these into percentages. A lot of times when you can compare things as a percentage, it makes it easier to analyze and assess the data because our brains tend to think about things in terms of tens, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, stuff like that. When you put it in a percentage, it just makes it easier for us to ingest and analyze that information. So what we want to do is start with the total number of people we surveyed being 100%. Because percent, the word percent, look at that word, percent, P-E-R-C-E-N-T. That literally means per 100. Cent, like a century is 100 years. A cent is 1/100th of a dollar. It takes 100 cents to make a dollar. Cent means 100. So the word percent means per 100, meaning 100 is the total. Just like when you get a perfect score on the test, it's 100%, okay? So 200 people is 100% of the people that were surveyed. Does that make sense? Y'all following me? Now all we need to do is figure out by what factor did we multiply or divide this total to get 100%. Then we divide by 2. Then we apply that same to every other number on the chart. To change 200 to 100, you divide by 2. So that means every other number up here, all I have to do is divide by 2. What's half of 48?
24.
24. Someone other than Famir, what's half of 52? What's half of 52? 250. Oh, thank you. I thought you said 250. I was real confused. Half of 52 is 26. Very good. What's half of 100? 50. Very good. So this is telling us that half of the people they surveyed are students. That makes sense. All right, let's look at the adult side. What's half of 18? 9. Someone other than Famir, what's half of 82? 41. Y'all see how easy this is? Now we got 100. What's half of 100? 50. Again, great. Does this match so far? Is 50 plus 50 100? Yes. Now to find this number, I can either add these two together or I can just take half of 134. 67. Either way, it'll give me the same answer, right?
67.
67. And here, I can either add these two together or I can just take half of 66.
33.
33. It's going to be the same number either way. So that means we surveyed 200 people total. Out of those 200 people, per 100, which means for each 100 of them, 24 of the students preferred small phones, a small phone with a small screen. Let's see if that makes sense. It's saying 24%, meaning 24 out of every 100. If we start with 200 people and we take 24 from the first 100 and then 24 from the second 100, do we end at 48? If you start with 200 people, you take 24 from the first 100, then 24 from the second 100, did you take 48 people total?
Yes.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Y'all see how easy this is? Yeah. Real simple. Now, it might be more difficult if this number is different than 200. If this number was, for example, 250, then we wouldn't have something as simple as divided by 2. We would have to divide by 5 and then multiply times 2. That'd probably be the easiest way. So we'd have to look at 52, use a calculator, divide it by 5 and multiply it times 2, and that would tell us what number goes there. So it's not always that easy, but the concept is easy, correct? All right, good job, y'all.